Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kimberly, and today I have a special guest.
My name is Ken, also known as Feed the Pudge.
AKA the Fish Sauce King. He came with the goods today. We are going to be making a Bò Kho pizza today. I made the sauce with his fish sauce, so I wanted him to try it.
Yeah, I'm super excited to try it.
His fish sauce is called Dear Mum. Tell us about it.
So I just launched this fish sauce just a couple of months ago. This fish sauce is actually an homage or a love letter to my mom, and the way we made it was we brewed it so that it had that taste that we grew up with, but using better quality ingredients. And I'm really excited for everybody to get their hands on it.
I've been using it and everything, and yeah, I'll show you my bottle. Good thing you re-upped me because this is all I got left. That's how much I've been loving it. You've made pizza before?
Yep.
All right, we'll roll out our crust. And you guys already know, we washed our hands already.
You already know.
You kind of want to get like a lot of flour on it, and then you just kind of start pressing at the center and getting out the air bubbles, start using your knuckles. I like to reserve like a 1/2 inch crust on the side so you can avoid that area.
I'm following your lead right now.
I just thought you were the perfect person to make this fusion dish with too, because we've made like Bò Kho birria tacos.
Yeah, one of my favorite things.
You know, I love that you do like a lot of fusion things.
For sure. Yeah, I think it's always fun to try to mix it up. I will say the bulk of, my recipes are traditional and things that I grew up with. You know? But it's nice being able to, fuse them with my own experiences, things that I like. So.
The westernized flavors. Nice.
So tell me how you got into this space. What drove you to start cooking?
Well, I've always cooked. My mom taught me how to cook, and I always loved watching her. And I generally do it almost on a daily basis. During COVID, I was out of a job for 5 months, had nothing to do, so I made a few cooking videos. I had like 50,000 views on it.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe I could do this.
Okay.
But then once I went back to work, I just never returned to YouTube.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until like 4 years later I decided to do it again. Because, I mean, if you're gonna do it already, why not just film it?
Right. Yeah. You actually have a very similar story to mine.
Yeah.
I also started cooking because of my mom, right?
I think I have to start over this one. No, it's salvageable. Sorry, continue.
No, you did. The only time we got to spend any kind of quality time with my mom was when she was cooking, right? Because she'd always be working.
Yeah.
So I was always curious about what she was doing, always asking her questions, and that's kind of how I fell in love with food at first. Just like you, during the pandemic, I lost my job, and I was like, all right, what am I gonna do with all this time?
Yeah.
I started cooking, same thing, started getting some traction on TikTok. Was like, all right, I think I can do this. Ended up burning out doing it though, so I took a 3-year break. And it's been maybe just under 2 years now since I've been back, but it's been good.
I'm gonna stop.
All right, is that okay?
Yeah, looks good. Okay, that's like about the size you want.
Cool.
So we're gonna take one of these. Here's one for you. And before we put our dough on there, you wanna make sure you get the semolina powder, like a generous amount of it, so that it's gonna slip off once you put it into the oven. We are going to start by marinating the meat. So I'm going to cut up this beef chuck into smaller cubes. Typically for Bò Kho, I would cut the pieces of meat much bigger, but since this is going to serve as a pizza topping, I want them to be bite-sized pieces. You could also use beef shank. I like using beef chuck because there's a good fat to meat ratio, so you get more tender pieces of meat. Now that the meat is cut up, we are going to marinate. So some Bò Kho seasoning powder. Bò Kho stew base, this is what it looks like. Our Dear Mom fish sauce. And some black pepper. we'll go ahead and just give that a good mix so the flavor is evenly distributed. Like most proteins, it's going to be better if you marinate it overnight, but since they're little pieces, you don't necessarily have to. I'd say at least an hour. Let's cover this up, put it on the side, and start roasting our aromatics. So we're gonna roast the aromatics. I'm going to start by turning on the stove and roasting the onion and the ginger. Do that back here. You just want to roast the spices until they become fragrant. And then you're going to put the spices into the bag that it comes with. Now it's time to start the sauce. We are going to start by browning the beef chuck. So turn your stove on medium high. Add some oil to the pan. So I make the sauce braising it with the meat. It's pretty much made how Bò Kho is, but I reduce it so it becomes a thicker tomato sauce. Now that the meat is 90% browned, I'm going to take one whole can of Cocorico and add it to the saucepan. This is my preferred braising liquid. So to this, I'm gonna add chicken broth. You can use water. Chicken broth just has more flavor. As always, we are going to skim off the impurities that float to the top. Typically, I would add the potatoes at the very end, but since we're making a thicker pizza-like sauce, I'm going to add them in the beginning with the meat so that it kind of breaks apart and thickens up the sauce. The carrots I will reserve for later. We will use it as a topping and I don't want them so soft that they tear apart, so we'll save this for the end. Tomato paste, major key. I'm using much more than usual because we are making a pizza sauce after all. This is gonna be quite shocking, but we're gonna add a little bit of ketchup as well to get a little bit of that tartness in there. Sugar. And MSG. I saw somewhere they called this make shit great. I love that. I'm gonna recycle it. Last but not least, our aromatics, the fuzz spices, the charred onions, ginger, and lemongrass. We're gonna let this simmer for an hour and a half, but in the meantime, let's go prep our toppings and our garnishes. The next topping we're gonna prep is the crispy potatoes. We are going to thinly slice them and then put them into an ice bath, get them extra crispy. So this is about how thick you want the pieces of potatoes. We'll let these soak for 30 minutes while we prep our other toppings. Okay, so we're gonna prep our toppings, lay them out. First, we'll do mozzarella cheese. I like the little pearls. Fresh mozzarella, of course. I will put some pickled jalapenos. I have a recipe for this that I'll link below for our Vietnamese essentials. This is Vietnamese style pickled jalapenos. Of course, we need our herbs. This is green onion and cilantro. Leave a little room here on the side because I will add sweet onion as well. I'm also gonna chop up some Fresno chilies to use as a garnish just to add some color to the pizza. This wouldn't be pizza without basil, but we're gonna use Thai basil. So similarly to how you would chop up the typical basil that you put on pizza, we're gonna do the same for the Thai basil. Little tiny strips. This is all for the toppings for now. We have to wait for the meat, carrots, potatoes, and sauce to all cook. I laid out paper towel onto my cutting board and then I strained the potatoes. Now we're just going to lay them out onto the paper towel and dry them off. You want them to be very dry. Just take another paper towel and wipe off the excess water. Then we'll take all these potatoes, put it back into the bowl. Take some oil and give it a good mix. And then lay out your potatoes onto the baking sheet. Then we're gonna pop this into an air fryer oven on 375 for 10 minutes. We're gonna fry up pho noodles so that we have a nice crispy topping. And it's just gonna give a little bit of a wow factor to our pizza, as if it didn't already have it. Add some oil. So layer the bottom of the pan. Kind of create like a circle, because wherever you drop the pho noodles, that's where they're gonna stay. So it's gonna become one big piece. So once the edges get golden, just take it off and lay it onto a plate that's lined with napkins. So we have the braised beef chuck, the tomato sauce, the Bò Kho sauce, carrots, and then we have like the typical garnishes like the onions and the cilantro. Then we have mozzarella. I pickled these jalapenos, like Vietnamese style, you know?
Yeah.
Then we have like the Fresno chilies, just to garnish, to add color, and Thai basil.
Oh yeah.
And then this is fried pho noodles that we'll garnish on top once we bake the pizza. We'll add that extra crisp. And then we also have these potatoes too. We're gonna put it into the oven. You're just gonna slip it off, get it off of your board. And then once it's in there, you're gonna turn down the heat so that it doesn't burn. Yours looks great.
Yours looks great too.
Thanks. Okay, we're gonna put some more toppings onto it. I like to do the cilantro and onion.
Want me to take that in there? Just trying to jump in there.
Crispy fried bánh phở. Makes it look a little extra special. And then we have a dipping sauce. All right, it's time for you to try. Do you want yours in fourths?
Yeah.
Or do you want to cut yours?
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
Mine.
Moment of truth.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thanks for coming. We gotta do a little dip.
A little dip.
Yeah. Mmm.
Not far. I like it in pizza form.
Right? I mean, you eat it with a baguette, so
Right.
putting it onto a crust just seems like a easy and obvious transition. Wow, those peppers are spicy.
The fried noodles work on there great as some extra texture. but your Bò Kho has really good depth of flavor.
Thank you. Thanks for coming here today and cooking with me.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
And
Food
so
is
much
phenomenal.
fun. Yay!
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it. It means so much to me. If you guys don't follow us already, follow him on Instagram. Are you
Okay.
Feed the Fudge everywhere?
Feed the Fudge on all platforms, yep.
And mine's Kimberly Fan. We hope you guys try out this recipe.
You guys definitely have to try this one out.
And yeah, make sure you watch all his videos. They're great. He's my inspo.
Oh, the fish sauce is available nationwide on Amazon, Seiwi, Walmart, pretty much everywhere online. And then if you want to find it at your local grocery store, just go to dearmongfishsauce.com. We have a store locator on there and you can find your nearest location.
Damn, you're gonna be a big deal. You can find it everywhere. Well, till next time, bye!